The crop tool allows you to crop your overall image or the specific layer you're working with. It functions very similarly to the rectangle select tool, but the difference is that the end result is to eliminate anything that is not within the selected area. So to use it, select it from the toolbox, come over to your canvas, and click and drag out your rectangle. Once you've got it dragged out, you can make adjustments to it by clicking and dragging from the corners or edges here, or you can move it around by clicking and dragging in the middle. You can also come over to the tool options and you can move the position pixel by pixel with these arrows. You can also adjust the size pixel by pixel with these arrows. And you can use other measurements besides pixels, but I find pixels is generally the most useful. Now, once you've got it just the way you'd like it, if you come back over and click in the middle, it will crop your image to include what is in the square and eliminate everything else. If we quickly Command Z that to undo it, and we reselect this green square as our active layer, we can click and drag out a new crop area, and this time we'll select the current layer only option and then come over and click on it. And now our image has stayed pretty much the same overall. It's just the area of the layer in which contains this green box has now been cropped to this particular rectangle. If we click the Allow for Growing option, we can use the crop tool to expand the area of the layer, like so. If we select the Expand from Center option, now when we draw a rectangle, it will expand out from the middle of where we started clicking and dragging. We can also use the Fixed option to set either a fixed aspect ratio, a fixed width, a fixed height, or a fixed size overall, which you would enter down here in this box. So for 100 by 100, we would get a 100 by 100 pixel square box every time we clicked and dragged. The final options we have down here, we've got the highlight option. This is simply when we click and drag out a new cropped area, it helps to show that cropped area by highlighting what's in it and putting a shadow over what is not. By turning that off, it just simply does not make that distinction as clear. The guides option helps us see the composition of our new cropped area by giving us guides, either center lines or rule of thirds. And finally, the auto shrink option allows us to use GIMP to select the objects that are within the area that we've drawn out the rectangle to. So, for example, in this case, the green rectangle is the only thing on the currently active layer, so when we hit auto shrink, GIMP will find the edges and it will shrink our cropped area to include only the green rectangle. If we draw out a new cropped area and we select the Shrink Merged option before hitting the auto shrink, it will now try to incorporate all visible objects, not just those within the active layer. So now when we press auto shrink, it will include the purple circle, the pink square, and as much of this blue rectangle as was in the original selected area. So the crop tool is a powerful tool for resizing your image and manipulating layers overall.